make sure that you are covering all exposed skin and that you are taking frequent breaks inside to warm up if you have to be outdoors to protect yourself from this extreme cold. As we get into this evening, feeling like the single digits. As we get into the night tonight and you wake up Sunday morning feeling like we are below 0 degrees out there. Then as we get into your Sunday afternoon, still only feeling like we warm up into the mid to the upper teens. Bitter cold.
Yes, ma'am.
As we're heading throughout the rest of the day today, we are going to be seeing a lot of sunshine. We'll continue to stay with that clear sky for the night tonight. And as we head into the day on Sunday, we're going to be able to see plenty of sunshine out there as well. So overall, a dry, mostly sunny weekend, but it is just going to be bitterly cold out there. I do have some good news, though. In the 7-day, as we get into the middle of the week, Tuesday into Wednesday, we'll be seeing our highs to where about they should be for this time of year in the lower 50s. Then we do fall to the mid-40s for the end of the work week. Friday could see a rain-snow mix.
I'm washing it. I'm just wearing it to the rooftop. Oh, this coat looks so good. actually recording.
No, it's 0.
You blow my heart away. Oh, oh.
Look,
there
look,
is
look,
a
look.
man. Who's the one viewer? Ati? Ati, my pussy itches. It itches for what? Itches for what? Tell us. Is this a man or a woman? Is
Star Martinez Mejias.
as weird as that name sounds. Don't end the life because of them. They don't deserve that glory. You have 17 views, baby. I was singing for you a song. There is a man I really love, and his name, you can't forget it. Oh, I love him forever, 'cause he says he loves me too. Do you love me, Hannibal? Clarice, you are being a bad prey. It bends when it's told to bend. What are you doing?
Spell Luke wrong.
Do
Are
you?
you from the United States?
No, he's from Africa, Wakanda. Porn. Wow. Leave, ignore these things. You know, these are weird people. You don't need to be giving them your time of day.
Sex.
Have you ever?
Another one.
Leave it.
What's this message?
Leave it. Something you don't know. Why does it concern you? Leave them.
Some people.
Some people want it all, but I don't want it all. If I got no cookie,
Welcome back to Edward's Economics. My name's Caleb. And if you thought that food stamp fraud, welfare fraud was going to end in 2025, you...
My boy. Where's Daisy? Where's your sister?
The average American family expected to spend almost $1,000 this winter season just on home heating costs.
Imagine getting a $1,200 to $1,500 to $2,000
Babe, have you seen
electric
Daisy?
bill. This is unbelievable.
I just opened up my electric bill. That's due at the end of this month.
Spread up like butter.
$526. This is
Daisy.
insane.
My electric bill is $900.
Americans are getting slammed with heating bills over $1,000 this winter, and families are being forced to choose between staying warm and covering other expenses. Come, see with me how this crisis is reaching a breaking point that's putting people's health at risk.
Heating costs are up nearly 10%.
Yeah.
What do we do to keep those costs down?
The average American family expected to spend almost $1,000 this winter season just on home heating costs, as you point out. That's a lot more expensive than the prior winter. Now, when it comes to things that you can do to save a little bit of money, turn on those humidifiers. It's actually a great way to further disperse heat
that you already have coming from, let's say, for example, your heating units. Also, cook at home. If you're going to be snowed in anyway, you're going to be doing some baking, you get that heat coming out of the oven. It's kind of a great way to kill two birds with one stone. And then lastly, don't rely too much on those space heaters. I know for a lot of people, they do use that as a primary source, but they do tend to use more energy than your conventional heating system. So think of it
Who's
more
in
as a
trick
backup as
football?
opposed to the
Sex,
primary way
porn,
to heat.
porn, sex, sex, porn, sex.
What is happening? What the heck? How can they even justify
You
this?
need a
Like, this is
moderator in that
absolutely
or
outrageous.
whatever.
I just got our electric
In this
bill.
your live.
Electric only.
I don't know how to
Just
set a
gas
moderator.
here.
Can you set
Our
me as your
electric bill
moderator?
for 1 month
No,
is
yeah, I always add them.
$1,300.
I always add them.
It's unbelievable. I just had
Add
somebody in one
what?
of the Facebook
Moderators,
groups here in
always.
the
Who is your
county just
moderator?
post their bill is over $2,000.
That someone
That's
cannot
nice.
be. That's oh, even you are attracting the offenders. You're putting them to be your moderators.
Besides pay it because
Yeah.
all they're going to do is cut it off. There is no help.
So
They're going
those
to say,
can't
oh, we can
complain.
They don't like
save it.
responsibility. Sex, please.
Commenting here.
Porno,
This
please.
is unbelievable. Unbelievable. People are having to decide between paying their rent or their mortgage, paying their electric bill, and getting groceries. Not that they weren't before, but now imagine getting a $1,200 to $1,500 to $2,000 electric bill. Just electric. And then those who have gas and electric, we don't pay the water for the on the well. So imagine paying that plus the now Baltimore water bill. It's unbelievable.
Ultimate target. If I kill you, then I trade for the money, the women, the jets, all for an eternity on the run from Nick and Rebecca.
Nick, this is it. No one needs your protection. The oil was destroyed. We cannot.
You're wrong. Talk to me. Be seen because these visions of darkness surround you. You are not immune to death, Elijah.
Am I the only one?
And you
I know
don't
I'm not
seem
the only one.
particularly
Actually,
phased
before my
in
grandma
this
passed away, her bill actually with Duke Energy was like 3
What's
something,
the
maybe 2 something.
prophecies?
And it went up to $1,000.
Or maybe
I'm like,
immortality has finally set with you. After all, you've abandoned your eternal efforts to save your soul. What's left for the legendary Elijah Michelson without that singular motivation?
During the daytime, just use the light, the truth. Put the eyes up.
Guys, got my electric bill for the month.
Got a number of love for you.
December 4th to January 6th. My usage amount, like the actual amount of electricity I used, was 1,880 kilowatts. We have electric heat, everything.
Wow.
Electric.
Porno, please.
Actual cost of the electricity, $291.
We got a problem.
Total delivery services, $397.
Bodies, a lot of pissed off loved ones. They thought it was a
How
bad
is that
party.
more than the electricity?
But all my
I
guys
use?
are
What do I
accounted
do
for.
about
Yeah,
it?
before last.
How much is
Is
electricity
there
on?
something I can do?
Here.
How
Come on.
Where's my mom?
Spend like $18. Come on.
Where's she?
People say it's been
I just
1,000
opened up
in
my
the winter
electric
storm.
bill.
Uh-oh.
That's due at the end of this month. $526.
And those units are usually not over by the month, end of the month. I'm so glad for that, by the way. I think the babysitter was eating our electricity like crazy.
You was?
Yeah.
How the fuck are people supposed to live anymore?
I told you better than to leave your leftovers in the streets.
My electric bill
At least it's not every
is
month.
$900.
Were found sporting
$900.
lacerations.
Like 90, no. My electric bill is $900. Are y'all cool?
The family's full of unfounded accusations.
Why don't you start talking
Y'all
about
people
your
start
stuff
putting
on your
Everybody
channel,
starts
politics,
getting right now. It's like every month.
so that you can attract the right audience, because you are clearly attracting the wrong audience. Weird people.
About something
Those are not your audience.
really hard, and that
I
is
don't want to be divisive.
utility bills. This one coming from
Divisive?
NIPSCO.
Why did you talk about
Now,
languages then?
they're talking about the fact that
Things you love.
this increase is due to all these colder than normal
Languages
weather
are
spikes,
dumb.
That we're getting.
And boring.
That's true. In one sense, when the
attracting,
temperatures drop, obviously natural gas usage goes
Can't
up,
afford
and
witnesses like that
it's a
right
shock
now.
for a lot of families. But the weather seems to explain the short-term surge, but that's really only part of the bigger story. This is what you really need to know about, because utility bills all across Indiana have been climbing for years, and we've seen some of the steepest rate increases recently in the last 2 decades. Now, this trend isn't happening in a vacuum. Indiana has had multiple regulatory changes over the years that have given these utilities more room to raise rates and limiting the tools that regulators have to push back. And they are making massive infrastructure investments. And we understand that. Everybody understands that a modernization has to happen. They have to replace old lines and grids and shift power plants away from older sources, and that leaves us with significant multi-year rate adjustments. But the problem is, those are all approved by the Indiana Utility Regulatory Commission. So this spike might feel sudden, but for many families, it's part of
Babe, do you remember
issue that we've been feeling for a long time.
do you remember that girl I told you we used to do modeling with in 2018?
Yeah.
So I DM'd her in the whatever, in Instagram, and yeah, she's been my follower. And today I posted a picture of her we were doing the thrifting. She's like, she's in Long. Long is the other guy.
In Dara.
Yeah,
where?
For another rate increase of like $68 million or something like that. This is their third rate increase in 5 years. People cannot afford to heat their flipping homes. I get messages every single day from people here in our communities asking for help. What can I do? Can you please do something about this?
Saudi car. Oh, zombie filter. Okay, look at this. Oh, this.
Did this was strong, and for all we know. Why is my face looking like that? Why is my face looking like that?
Nothing like this will ever happen to you.
I told you attract very good people. Like my Snapchat, I just posted a story. Someone said my fupa is to die for.
Poopa?
What's my fupa? This stomach? I told them to die. Die. But die. Weird.
Teachers are trying to raise $3,000 to get their families' heat turned back on. It's in their power to provide for their families, and they can't afford heat. But you know what our governor does? They never do anything to fix the problems of the people that voted them in. And that's a whole nother conversation why they keep getting voted in anyway. But I am so absolutely sick of hearing about the problems here in our communities that go ignored, while instead of doing anything about them, our officials just pander to the overlords, time and time and time again. Wake up! We are not cared about. We are being rammed into the ground. It was just last week. I want to say it was probably Thursday that my heart was absolutely broken hearing about a student in a high school in our community whose teachers are trying to raise $3,000 to get their family's heat turned back on because we're experiencing below freezing temperatures. And they can't afford heat. And Delmarva wants another rate increase. By the way, on that like $68 million, $46 million of it is for revenue purposes. Okay? What are we going to do about it? What are we going to do?
Something that really struck me about these blips is how cold all God people are. Nobody's budgets for their electric bill to jump from $200 to $1,300 in a single month. These aren't people who are careless with their money. They're just trying to stay warm and get on in life. And now, many of them can't even afford to keep the lights on, while others are having to figure out how to survive without proper heating.
So cold. So fucking ghetto. Say something. Like, I'm gonna call 411, 311, 211, 911. I'm tired of calling the one valve and I don't like somebody to sort out this heat. This is crazy to me. It feels like outside, inside. Like, what?
My home is unsafe to my child. He can't be living here. I'm a first-time mom. I'm going through all this postpartum anxiety, making sure I'm doing things right. And I have to deal with all of this.
Electric blankets and portable heaters are the only way Brittany Guerra keeps her 4-month-old son, Beckham, and herself warm.
The storm just came in. We spent the past 3 nights with absolutely no heat.
Then there's this fear.
The lights will flicker, everybody will lose their power.
Shutting off the heaters and blankets. The 23-year-old says it's been a month with no heat and power issues.
I had to bring this matter to TikTok, y'all. It's so cold in my house. I have
Baby,
no
remember that girl that came on my dresses me the
It's freaking cold.
Yeah.
Look at my Dawn, bro. The Dawn's so cold. Look at my oil on my crib, gang.
Olive oil froze. Oh no.
I can finally go. You see my nose, bro?
Look.
Shit, bro. It's probably 20 degrees in my house. My baseboard here don't work. My landlord
Where's
don't
your
want
eye
to
like
fix it.
that? Oh, you have to try it on me so that I can look weird. Oh my god, I look so weird. Oh, that should actually be my real face.
It's freezing
That
cold.
makes me more scared.
Oh, God.
Our furnace has been out all day. There is no heat in this goddamn house. I am freezing. And it is -7 degrees out. Do you want to see what's happening on my window? I love Wisconsin.
It is currently 34 degrees and snowing, and I have no heat in my apartment. Come with me and try to keep me and my daughter warm tonight so we don't freeze to death in our apartment, because our apartment has no heat and our landlord has known since Thursday. It is Sunday and it is still yet to get fixed, so pray for me. So here's a little space heater. It's keeping the chill off in the living room. I don't know if you can tell this, my nose is so red because it's so cold in here. But this is keeping some of the chill off. Some, not all. Oh my god, my nose is so cold. But I have a little heater in my room. My daughter's gonna sleep in there tonight with our dogs. And we're gonna try to stay as warm as possible. The heater's not that big, but I'm hoping it keeps us warm enough that we don't freeze to death. And we'll be under blankets. I have a lot of them. So I think we'll be warm that way.
I grew up poor and I graduated during the Great Recession. So I'm here again to give you some more poverty tips. Follow me if you want to live. Now, if you lose power, or you can't afford heating oil, or your gas gets turned off for your heat, you can get a propane heater. Propane heaters, a lot of the times, do not require electricity because they run off the propane. And in Pennsylvania, you can buy propane at the gas station. I think you can buy propane like everywhere. Now, the only thing I will say about a propane heater is that you can't tell if they're leaking carbon monoxide. So if you use a propane heater, please also use a carbon monoxide alarm. I don't think they're that expensive. A lot of smoke detectors already have the carbon monoxide alarm. All of our homes here in Pennsylvania, most of them run on a furnace anyway, so a lot of homes do have those alarms. I don't want to scare anybody away from using a propane heater. Propane heaters are very, very useful. A lot of people will use them on like the job sites because they don't need electricity. My mom used to set up the propane heater in the downstairs and it heated the whole house. So that one's a poverty tip. But a recession tip, considering that you haven't lost your power, but maybe you can't afford heating oil, get ready to have a slumber party, because you can get one space heater, put it in your room, the biggest room in the house. Everybody piles up into that room, including your animals if it's going to get cold enough. And you turn the space heater on and you guys all sleep in there. And that is how you survive no heating oil.
You know, it's one thing when bills go up, but it's another thing entirely when families are sitting in 20-degree houses because the power got shut off. These companies are hiking prices so fast that people's safety is becoming secondary. The profit margin. And what's really frustrating is that a lot of these increases are happening because we're all being forced to subsidize the massive power needs of, AI data centers.
If you feel like your electric bill is climbing faster, you'd be right. A new study finds U.S. electric companies have asked for $29 billion in rate increases so far this year. $29 billion with a B. That is more than double their request at the same point last year. So what is driving the rate hikes? Researchers found it's a combination of the cost to replace aging infrastructure and the growing demand for AI data centers, which of course you need a lot of energy to power AI tools.
Here are some facts, folks. Electricity and water bills are skyrocketing, and water reserves are dwindling. The ruling elite want us to believe it's inflation and untimely weather conditions. The truth is that AI requires enormous energy resources and billions of gallons of water to cool its servers. The mega corporations are receiving billions in tax breaks and hiding the fact that we, the people, are being forced to pay for all of it.
A time of 24 hours.
Non-disclosure agreement
86,000 seconds.
buying off city officials to keep us in the dark. Is there anyone out there who wants to argue that this is not the unvarnished truth?
I'll have your back very later.
AI is making us pay for its existence. Let me tell you why. People are reporting all across the Midwest that their energy bills are going quadruple what they usually are. They're already getting double, and they're being told in their bill by multiple sources that they're going triple next month. This is unaffordable for the average American, for us. I'm doing this post for everybody. We cannot afford this, okay? AI is making us pay for its existence. Okay, people are paying $200 a month for their bill. Imagine next month you're getting a $400 or $500 bill. And the month after that, you're getting an $800, $900 bill. We can't afford that. The Sup America account, the guy, he's a comedian, but he's also telling the truth. In his state, in Indiana, right in the heart of America, his bill tripled in 2 months. In 2 months, it went from $200 to $550, which is more than double. And then they told him it's going to go up another 16%. If this is happening in your neck of the woods, why? He called his power company and they said, oh, it's just for the deliverability. That's the reason of the cost increase. Makes 0 sense. There's no infrastructure change, but a data center was placed in his